Have you ever felt like a decision was made before you even thought about it? That strange sensation suggests we might not be as in control as we believe. You're not alone in this feeling. It's part of a captivating puzzle in science and philosophy known as the causal paradox of consciousness. Imagine this. Our brains function like intricate machines, processing inputs and producing outputs. So, where does conscious choice fit in? This question haunts scientists and philosophers alike. In 2004, Online Super Tutors founder, in a university presentation on the nature of consciousness, highlighted 3 problems that challenge our intuitive sense of control. The first problem is that the physical world seems to operate without us. When studying the nervous system, scientists find a chain of cause and effect that functions perfectly without conscious intervention. Now, it's similar to a car driving itself while the steering wheel just sits there. The second problem is our ignorance of our own processes. As you read this, your brain generates countless neuromuscular events every minute. But do you consciously control each one? Of course not. You might feel a desire to read, but you're completely unaware of the complexity behind it. The third issue is perhaps the most unsettling. Research by Benjamin Libet reveals that consciousness appears to arrive after the brain has already initiated movements. Brain activity builds up 350 milliseconds before you consciously decide to move. It feels like discovering that decisions are made behind closed doors before you even get a say. Philosophers traditionally tackled this with 2 approaches. Dualism suggests our mind and matter are separate, but creates the puzzling question of how they interact. On the flip side, reductionism views consciousness as mere brain activity, but leaves us with unresolved issues around knowledge and timing. Founder Andrew Reid proposed a radical solution, at least at the time, called the user interface theory. Think of your conscious experience as the user interface of a computer. Underneath, complex processes take place, but you only engage with simplified representations. This user interface allows interaction without revealing the intricacies below. Reid's core insight shows that there's one reality, your brain-body system, but 2 ways of knowing it. The objective way, studying physical processes, and the subjective way, accessing your conscious experience. It's like seeing the watch face versus understanding its inner workings. What determines consciousness? It's what Reid refers to as focal attentive processing. Only information that gets highlighted enters your awareness. Your brain processes a vast amount of data, but only the important bits reach your consciousness, making awareness feel significant. Here's where it gets intriguing. Conscious thoughts interact and influence feelings and perceptions in a causal way. This interaction creates a functional reality, a control room for navigating life. Your conscious experience represents a sophisticated space for understanding and decision-making. Consider consciousness as virtual reality, and here, your perception of the world is crafted by your brain. Without consciousness, you'd still have physical processing, but lack subjective awareness, like a zombie operating without inner experience. So, are you truly in control? Reid's answer is nuanced. You don't directly control your brain's mechanics, but you're not powerless either. Your conscious experience shapes a space where thoughts, feelings, and perceptions interact. You're like an orchestra conductor, guiding a symphony without directly producing any sound. In summary, Reid's framework reveals that consciousness is both less and more than we perceive. It doesn't control the brain in a direct way, but forms a unique, integrated reality essential for complex human behaviors. Your consciousness acts as the sophisticated interface through which you experience life, reflecting a meaningful existence. This intricate understanding of consciousness acknowledges its emergence from a single psychophysical reality, yet also recognizes the indispensable and causally potent role of the subjective first-person experience. Reid concludes that a unique marriage of ontological monism to epistemological dualism seems the only way to resolve the causal paradox for the moment. That's quite a mouthful, but if we embrace this understanding, we can recognize that our consciousness is both a user interface and a vital part of the universe's experience of itself. And that's something truly worth being conscious of.